Hi, so my name's Sam. I work with Andra Motion Focus, and we have a new focus pulling system here which works with a sort of a motion tracking system and a focus pulling system combined. So we are able to get really accurate tracking data about the position of your performers and the position of the camera. So that allows us to then, even with a moving camera and with a moving subject, get really accurate focus. And one of the advantages of this system is that you can get very precise to where you want to be. So for example, you always want to be focused on the eye usually, whereas a lot of the other focus systems that are available, autofocus systems built into a lot of cameras, getting sort of a general focus. But when you're working with cinema, everybody wants to shoot wide open lenses now, super close-ups, then you need this very critical eye focus. So that's really what our system enables you to do, using sensors that are part of a motion capture system. So right now we have a sensor mounted on our performer here, Haley, and that sensor is on the back of her neck. And of course, you don't want to focus on the back of anybody's neck. You actually want to focus on the eyes, so we are able to create an offset. So as you can see, if Haley moves close to the lens, further and closer away, then it's really locking onto the eye there. It's not sort of roughly in the zone of her face, it's exactly in the zone. And then if I had multiple moving subjects, so here we, if I just say I'm going to switch to the Rose, if that was another performer, then I can very easily bounce between the two, even if they're both moving. So if, I'm able to do this switch back and forth between stuff, and I can also very slowly ramp. If I use this feature here, I can control the speed, so I can get the nuances that I need, the emotive qualities of focus pulling. I'm also able to create like a sequence where I can just add, if I had a complex sequence of nodes, I could just add that there, and what this enables me to do is move through that sequence and then hit the targets as I go through them. So it gives you the ability to get very precise focus, but it still gives you full control over what you want to do, rather than, you don't have to be stressing over what is the distance of your performer. You're really just thinking about, where do I want to be in focus? Mm-hmm. We've also developed a new hand unit, which totally allows the focus puller to work with the manual unit exactly the way they're used to pulling focus now, but you can at any time switch over to auto. So you can say, okay, I want to do this part of the shot manually, and then I want to switch into auto mode. We can say, actually, I'm going to start in auto, switch over to manual, move back to auto, move back to manual again. You can do that in shot, and it'll be seamless. It's a seamless transition.
Very good. So, and then the hand unit is going to have the same sort of software that you have here on the app?
The hand unit has everything that this has, plus a little more, because right now, you can control the iris motor on here, but you can't do zoom. You can't control zoom on the app, but you can control zoom on the hand unit.
Sure.
So, but also the hand unit has some other setup features that are not available in the app, because it has more hardware. So you have a dial, you have a slider, you have the zoom toggle, and you can actually reassign any of those pieces of hardware to any of the functions you want. So that it's actually quite a bit more sophisticated than the iPad app.
Sure.
Right now, I work with any motor that goes with a 7-pin LEMO connector. So that's hidden, and I think the same with the Preston. The Preston motors will work on it. I think a lot of them now are 7-pin, so pretty much standard. Sure. Right now it's just what we call the base, and then the hand unit, and then you need the pack and the sensors. Each system can track 8 distinct performers, moving performers, and so each performer can have 3 sensors. So you could do both hands and the eyes, for example, on each performer. So that's 8 distinct performers, but you can also set up non-moving points in space. So a lot of people don't get this. If you have a sensor on the camera and you have a fixed point in the room, you don't need a sensor on the fixed point. You can still move the camera around and that fixed point will be in focus, because we're remembering the coordinates of that point in space.
Right.
So in theory, you can have an infinite number of fixed points on the app.
Sure.
So the limitation is only how many moving target. So right now, 8 is the maximum. A million little nuances in there. We've really worked very hard to make it feel like we're advancing the technology. We're not trying to sort of catch up with what's there. We're already saying, oh, here's a whole new way of working with focus, and we think it's going to be the cinematic solution of choice.